Let's make sure all this works. I switched to Streamlabs, so we'll make sure all this is working fine.
Are we actually live?
No.
Did you guys know there's a famous basketball player from North Carolina whose name is Art Wiener?
I do now.
Cool.
I went to the North Carolina History Museum in Raleigh the other day.
I'll go to the science one.
I did go there. I went there as well.
It's great. That's like my favorite museum.
It was very cool. I went there with a couple friends. It was very fun. Carson didn't go because he was too busy not working out.
I had to get a physical so I could substitute teach.
I didn't want to say it, but Carson has tuberculosis, everyone.
And now you do too.
From the physical?
He has the consumption.
Got a touch of the consumption.
Touch? I don't think you said like a touch.
That's how they said it. That's how they said it.
They went
the Old West.
They went, oh Lord, I have a touch of the consumption. And they coughed up like a giant globule of blood. And then they died. Yep. Anyway, happy Monday, everyone.
Yeah, happy Monday. The other week, I went to the Smithsonian Natural History Museum. And yes, Alan, similarly, science museums are the best. But
yes, there's like animals and stuff.
But the ones that like show like ancient animals or just generally animals, period, especially like African animals and South American animals, I'm like, animals shouldn't be that big. There's no
literally we were at the Raleigh Museum, and my friend Kyle, he's deathly afraid of spiders. And he there's a tarantula in a cage, and Kyle was like, "That's not right. It ain't right. Be that big. It's just not right."
Yeah, and like the farther we got in the museum, like I kept stopping and being like, "Humans have no right to be like to do what we do. There are things so much bigger and better than us."
My new thing that I'm starting is I'm gonna go to like museums and stuff and just like point at things and like have a picture of me just pointing very like surreptitiously at things. So I have like 20 pictures from us at the museum the other day where I'm just like pointing at something. I'm just like just obviously I'm wearing a mask, so it makes it even better. But like if I wasn't, it would just be me like. There's a couple of them that are really good because I'm like pointing at it, but I'm like missing it by a little bit. So I'm like pointing at nothing.
Good shit.
Good shit. Highbrow comedy right there.
It is.
Classic comedy.
You wouldn't understand. Well, anyway, hi everyone. It's Sharn Nights. You may have noticed a strange, weird lapse in numbers for a bit because I accidentally doubled up on an episode number and none of us noticed.
Oh damn! Did you really?
Yeah. I think we did like. I think it was like 2 episode 26s or something like that, or I don't know.
It's a good number.
But we're on 32, so we skipped ahead a little bit. But 32.
It's like there is no episode 31.
Don't worry about it.
Good old marching band days. There is no.
Don't ask about episode 31. It never happened.
No crazy new announcements, except that I'm just doing stuff differently as always. So I'm going to be doing some new stuff, changing up.
Logan, I don't like change.
My normal schedule. Me neither, but that's life.
Damn, that's real, dude.
I'm deep like that.
Hashtag deep.
No one understands me.
It's not a phase, Mom.
I'm different than everybody else.
I'm so quirky. I'm so unique. My favorite color is purple.
I call film cinema.
All right now.
No. You have to say cinema.
You gotta watch it with the drive-bys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacob's really coming for me today.
Oh yeah.
Isn't he? Mr. I don't eat Mediterranean food. Oh.
I didn't say that. I just said that I haven't eaten it that much. I don't know if I like it that much.
Okay.
I've had it like twice.
Okay. All right.
Coming from Mr. I don't eat pasta.
Well, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah. The Greeks didn't invent fascism, Jacob. The Italians did. All I'm saying is, I put my politics where my stomach is. Vive la revolution.
What does that say? Never mind. Let's move on. I don't want to play this game anymore.
Mostly just you descending into madness, but
I feel like Logan over time is just gonna start balding at this part of his like over more and more and more because he just like he does this thing whenever we start talking. He's just like, please God no, please.
Why do you think he's wearing headphones? There's a bald spot like at the top of his head.
Yeah, where he's just like why?
So you guys know how cereal is just a grain and dairy.
Okay, yeah.
Nachos are cereal. Think about it.
Incorrect. Very incorrect.
So it's cream corn cereal?
Oh God, please don't.
Well, no, that's not a grain. That's
corn is a grain.
Corn is a grain.
Corn is a grain.
And tortilla chips are made of corn.
Yeah. And that's cereal.
Okay.
If you put yogurt on a piece of bread,
if disgusting.
cereal.
So you say I can put my Takis in a bowl of milk?
I'm gonna go ahead
Grilled
and say
cheese, cereal.
How can we stop with the like is something whenever that thing is not even like a category of food? Okay. Can we stop with this? Is that possible? Like are things burritos? Well, burrito is not like a category of food.
Xavier just walked into the forest and disappeared. I think that means he passed on to the other side.
He's thinking about whether he's thinking about yogurt on bread and how it's a cereal.
He's gonna start slamming cereal around him.
So Jacob, I can just pour my Caro corn syrup in a bowl of milk, and that's cereal.
Mm-hmm. Who puts yogurt on bread? That's what I'm asking. No people do that.
So wait, hold on. So are butter noodles cereal? Because butter is dairy and pasta.
Yeah. I've opened your minds today.
I don't think
you didn't.
The brain cells I've lost from this conversation. I would have to have one first, but
I was going to say, Travis, this is a net neutral. This is a neutral exchange for you. Don't try to put your loss of brain cells on me.
I'm gonna sue you for losses.
What about pancakes with butter on top?
All right.
Flour, butter.
It's like there's a suit going on where people sued North Carolina schools because these kids weren't getting like adequate treatment, and I'm like, oh yeah, the school system notorious for having lots of money to give you. Good move.
So Jacob, now this is a good circle back to the conversation we're having earlier. Oat milk. It is both grain and milk.
A self-contained cereal.
Wait, so what happens if you put cereal in cereal at that point? Like cereal in oat milk?
Then you open a black hole and the world collapses in on itself, Travis. Stop playing with fire.
Stop playing with milk. Stop playing with cereal.
My wife put oat milk in oatmeal. Not oatmeal. Oatmeal. Let's just say oatmeal. It's good.
What?
Jess is really playing with fire. She needs to stop before there are serious consequences.
Granola is the thing I was looking for. Anyway, moving on.
Well, now that Austin and Xavier have left, but yeah, no new announcements. Shadows over Driftchapel this week. It's gonna be fun, and changing up. Gonna start streaming some video games again. Or I'm gonna try to. We'll see how that goes. That's it.
Woo! Yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah, you had a date night on Friday.
Yes. Lots of fun.
How was it?
It was good. It was a more Pacific Rim-esque mecha hack as opposed to Titanfall mecha hack, which was good.
Do you know when your next date night's gonna be?
Probably still because I need to check my Shadows over Driftchapel schedule, but probably the second Friday of August, not August, September. And I already invited my friend Ian, who is, I have told him before, like, he's the reason why I don't stream with that group, and he took offense to that. And so he has hounded me to stream with me, and so he's going to be my next date, and I asked him what he wanted to do, and he said cowboys. So we'll see what we can...
He wants to do cowboys?
We'll see what we can rustle up for y'all.
Oh.
Hey, that's just a taste of what to
Have
expect.
you ever heard of the song Ram Ranch?
Don't you dare.
My friend Ian's also a huge fan of dating sims, so we may do like a cowboy dating sim tabletop RPG. Well,
That'd be so rad.
Hell yeah. Love me some dating sims.
So you can just watch me flirt with my friend Ian for 3 hours.
That'll make Travis really angry. Travis, you shouldn't watch it.
That is probably really true.
Oh, partner, help. I got my boot stuck in this spittoon.
Howdy there, cutie.
Oh,
There's a
partner,
snake
what
in
are
my
you
boot.
doing?
Oh, where's...
Sir, would you like to put your snake in my boot?
Are you wearing just chaps? What?
Oh my god. Please?
Oh.
Why is this-
Aren't all chaps assless? They're crotchless.
Chapless ass.
Are you sure this isn't just Brokeback Mountain?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Brokeback Mountain had like some sheep in it, right?
I miss the days when men were men and sheep. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where are you going with that? Yeah? And then what?
Then what?
Okay, we should, hey,
Do we need to talk to Jess? Do we need to...
Oh, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's the phrase. Where men are men and sheep are nervous. That's the phrase.
From what?
No, let's not. Let's not. I feel like I have an idea where that's going, and let's not.
It's how sheeple got created. Them damn liberals and their sheeple. Fucking
I hate
sheep.
it here.
All right.
I've decided that my character is chaotic evil now, and I am going to kill everyone in the party.
Spike looking in a mirror.
To pass away.
Spike with a
Cast
Sharpie in
away.
hand draws on evil eyebrows.
Yeah. I'm just saying that my next character will be named Wooly, and there will be a reason for it.
Woolly?
You said woolly?
Woolly, like a sheep.
Like the mammoth?
Yeah.
I'll kill that character too. I've already
Wait
decided
a
I
minute,
killed
that's
it.
like- Hold on. Play a Loxodon character that instead of being an elephant is a woolly mammoth.
Ooh.
You like that guy
Loxodons
from Ice Age?
Look, I feel like people don't play those.
Loxodons are crazy.
Right.
I've
Loxodons
played with one
are-
person who has played a Loxodon. before, and that was not a good time.
So this sounds like a
Anyway.
great time to start.
The guy's name was Art Wiener.
Was a wiener. We'll do role-playing warm-up first. Wasn't it Alan who went last time? I
Yes.
don't even have my thing pulled
I
up.
think Alan like
It was.
volunteered.
I know.
Yeah, it was
Who
I
Yeah.
can
Who
help
is
you with
he?
that, Logan.
can you?
I don't think you can.
Getting something pulled up?
Yeah.
Travis, you're just so clever.
Stop. Stop.
No, you gotta do the Louis.
Louis.
No way.
I love making inside jokes people watching don't understand.
It'll
But
be
may
soon
understand later.
Later.
You will soon understand the sentiment
It's
behind
just
that.
he's just so sad and gruff and big, and then just the defeated Louis.
Louis.
Like the one
I
time
also-
he comes out to civilization, this is what he means.
I was just thinking about afterwards. Carson's like, I thought it was really funny when you said criminally horny, and I was like, where did I get that phrase from? I don't know. I don't think I got it from anywhere.
Fix the captions here.
Criminally horny.
Let's see. Can I
Somebody needed
get
a good bonk.
Xavier? No, not Xavier. Austin to roll a d20 for me.
Oh no.
That's fine.
Carson's gonna roll a 5.
I rolled a 3.
Oh damn.
Ooh.
Travis, now you roll a d20.
I rolled a 10.
Ooh. Travis, What would Oleg sell his soul for?
No, we already have the answer.
What wouldn't he?
Haven't we already
Currently?
been down this route?
Yes.
Uh,
Thanks, Carson's video.
currently, I think he would sell his soul for. Truly, actually, I think Oleg would currently sell his soul for happiness from the group. Like everybody else being happy in the group. He's like, especially, yeah.
You've gone soft.
Especially Spike and Varian. Yeah, he's like on the next. Or alternatively, the other thing would be getting Dalkier at this point, but he got a little tired of them.
Just getting rid of him.
Yeah, but definitely the people in the group. Probably
You've
those guys.
gone soft.
I can just imagine Oleg going about it. Just like walks into a temple, looks up at the ceiling, and goes, "Hey, gods, I need to sell my soul to fuck up these Delkir. Can you help me?"
Goes to
I
a
heard-
priest. Are you buying and selling goods? Sure. What do you need? Take my soul.
Take
it,
my soul. I
please.
need to kill monsters.
It needs Zilkir to be gone. Do you have the ability to do that, cleric? He's like
What?
a level 1 dude. He's like, no, I don't.
Like not even level 1.
Whose
He's like a
dick
cleric
do I
in
gotta
training.
suck to sell my soul around here?
Oh no.
Or I mean, you're in a banking family, like going into like the money lenders and stuff, being like, "Can I sell you my soul?"
I just,
soul do
I
I
release
predict
my
against-
soul.
I need
Hey,
lots of
cousin,
money to use magical bombs to kill monsters.
I just need to know, cousin, can you help me with this whole Delkir
Cousin.
thing? Delkir? What?
The what? Nothing.
What? Nothing.
Oleg's gonna do like a timeshare with his soul.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he gets it for some.
Delkir can take 1 week if they just fuck the fuck off. Yeah.
The Delkir are Saturday dads.
Yeah.
We can.
I promise you can have complete control over my soul if you just fuck off, please. It'll be great. Just 1 week. 1 week. That's all you get.
It's been 1 week.
So,
Just look at me.
who wants to take the lead on a recap?
Am I gonna do it again?
I'll say the other week, whenever I was uploading some VODs, I would go and have to like listen to some of the recaps and like what happened in the session to be able to write a description for it. And Carson does the recaps so often.
If it makes you
Well,
feel
hey,
better.
I take notes. What can I say?
Hey,
I like to know what's going on. Okay, so last time on Sharn Nights, Spike awoke in his barren apartment to find Karvak's severed head left on her hammer.
there's a ficus.
Yeah,
So rude.
sorry, nearly barren apartment.
Thank you.
Is that all right? Is that all right by you? All
Yeah.
right. Nearly barren apartment to find, Karvak's head, severed head, put upon her own hammer, left in his house by some sort of mystery assailant. And in the mouth of Karvak was a note that said, "My hands aren't so clean this time." Ooh. For those of you for those of you with a memory, that phrase will mean something. Spike calls in Cillian to investigate and messages the group chat. Spike and Cillian track a Boromar member to a restaurant and make to interrogate him as to the nature of this offense. Then we cut away to Varian, who goes for a meeting with his advisor, the puddle pip, catfish in the bowl.
Gurgle dupe, I think it is.
Gurgle, Duke, Puddle Pip. Thank you, Bradley. The catfish in the bowl. That's a man with arms and legs. You know. You remember him. You love him. Everything goes well, and then he gives me a key to the professor's lounge, which I thank him for. For the student lounge is strangely covered in spaghetti much of the time. Another crime which will perhaps be solved once the serial killer is taken down.
Is he Italian? I don't understand.
Don't question it too much. Hey, and I head off towards brunch with the boys. Spike confronts Keelan Boromar about Karvak's head, and he is evasive, but no, it does not come to blows nor weapons. And at that point, and having attained what information he could, Spike heads out along with Cillian, where we all meet for brunch. We talk things over, discover that Oleg has 1 week to acquiesce to the Dalekeer. So yeah, that's on the back burner right now. And Cornelius and I have a telekinetic conversation where he tells me that Ithronel is porking my uncle.
What an awful way to put that.
What do you want?
I'm walking here.
I'm walking in.
Yeah, I want you to know in my notes it's written that Cornelius and I have a telekinetic conversation wherein he tells me of my uncle's dalliance with Ithronel. But
How
hey,
polite
I
sounding.
translate it for you, the people. You don't need none of that subtext nonsense. They're porking. All right. And then I strangely think of how Roman Damadani, or Dimaduni, as he has become known.
No, De Medina.
This is unsustainable.
Cousin Roman.
My uncle's oldest child arrived in Sharn right after all of this started. And at that point, a House Orion messenger delivers letters to us all. Invitations to a special Arnhem Gala in celebration of Ithronel Adana in 2 days. And that's where we left off on Sharn Nights. Hey,
That was like a combination
This is-
of like crime, like 80s crime show recap / anime recap.
I was thinking anime
Yeah.
recap.
Yeah, I was.
It's like
I
this
was
is like watching
channeling,
it's like watching an episode of Case Closed.
I felt like I was channeling Coach Steve from Big Mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh my god.
I do a little recap every once in a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ithronel and my uncle are thick in the warm.
Oh,
Oh, he said the thing.
I don't like it. Anyway,
Wow, that was.
so are we still at the lunch place?
First off, Carson, take a point of inspiration because that was just too damn entertaining to not earn a point of
Thank you.
inspiration. And yes, so the last scene that took place was you guys were wrapping up brunch ramen. Get a little fried egg in there, maybe some cubed ham, some green onions on top.
Now I'm thinking about that Mongolian grill we went to the other
More
day.
coffee grounds.
Yeah, straight coffee grounds
Oh,
and spaghetti. But
I forgot how horrible that was.
yeah, we got. I think we're just at that point in our lives in general. But
I didn't like it, but I understood it.
it's relatable. Conversations were wrapping up. Cornelius, you were gonna go run some errands and then meet up with everyone at the Scarlet Frond to confront Keelan Boromar. But on your way out, you bumped into a House Orion messenger who gave you all these special invitations from the Arum. Little galas happening 2 days from now.
Before he leaves, I want to run a plan by everyone. What do I know about Keelan, like as a person, like personality wise? Is he like a typical like family man kind of deal, where like if someone was to challenge him to something, then he'd like to save face with his men, he'd have to probably go along with it?
Not necessarily that he would go along with it. He would almost like push back. I mean, kind of go along with it, but he's prideful. He's a bit forceful
Okay,
in nature.
that's all I need to know. Cornelius, I don't want to keep you hold you up. I know you got something you're doing. But I was thinking about it. If we're gonna go talk to Keelan, as much as I want to wring his neck, I think the best way to go about it is we kind of strike some kind of like challenge or deal with him. Because if he's the kind of person that I remember him being, if we, the 6 of us, we challenge him to some kind of like 6-on-6 fight or something, he's gonna have to accept, or he's gonna lose respect of his men. That's how it works in that kind of family. And we can make the deal. If we lose, we're probably dead. But if we win, we exchange the information we need about Ithronel. And we have the recording of Ray's literally saying that the Boromar clan are a bunch of idiots. But I feel like unless we have some kind of show of force, he's not going to give us the time of day. Spike, you said when you ran into him that he didn't want to talk to you at all, right?
Yeah. He was very cordial, but a little standoffish.
I think that because we have history, he's definitely going to he's going to have a couple of words for me, I'm sure, but I think that if I challenge him to that 6-on-6 or 6-on-whatever kind of duel per se, he'd have to accept. Or I guess with a little maybe bit of persuasion, a bit of a silver tongue, we can get him to accept. And worst comes to work, if he doesn't follow through on his side of the bargain, he's going to lose the respect of his men a little bit, and also we can cross that bridge when we get to it. Maybe do something that's... we'll get out of there if we have to, but I think that as much as we like to think these criminals are loose cannons doing whatever the hell they want, they got rules too.
Trust me, I know they have their own rules.
Thoughts?
What if he rejects your 6-on-6 and offers a 1-on-1? Are you
Then I'll
willing
fight
to
him.
stand up against him?
I'll do what I have to do.
Do you think that you would win?
I'd sure try.
Well, I mean,
I may not look
I
it,
hope
but I can
that you
I can
try.
take care of myself. Yeah, I can take care of myself if I need to.
Okay.
Personally, I think we should start by trying to get audience with him. If that doesn't work, we do it this way.
Well,
Like you said,
we're
like,
gonna get an audience.
He might not give us the time of day, but if we can get just to get a sit down with him and talk to him about it.
I mean, we're not
I
exactly
was
big crime rivals. Why would he lose face in front of his men if kind of a bunch of random private investigators challenged him to a duel?
I'm not just some random private investigator, Dan. We have history.
You know this person.
Yeah, you could say that.
Cryptic? All right.
Yeah, he's the one responsible for killing my wife. I mentioned that a while ago.
Yeah, we did talk about that technically like 10 minutes ago.
You gotta lay off the energy drinks, kid. They're really messing with your brain.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
take
kind
some
of
grounds.
glance over to Cornelius. I was thinking some things over. Oh. I'm sorry.
I used to work for the Bormar when I first got into the city. It's kind of how I got my start here. I wasn't born here.
Yeah, we talked about possibly killing him. I do remember this conversation 10 minutes ago. It was not too bad. But as far as challenging him, are you going to be able to stop yourself from absolutely demolishing his existence? Is that?
I'm not. I'm not gonna kill him unless he tries to absolutely kill me. I'm as much as I'd love to, and trust me, I'd really love to. I'm not gonna be that guy. He deserves to die, but I'm not the one who's gonna do it.
Okay.
If he gets arrested, I just want to kick his ass a little bit. I think I'm not really big into people that think they're above just respecting human life. I'm not gonna just kill him. I had time to think about it, and I don't think that's the way to go. I don't think that's the play. If we kill him, that could mess up our plans for taking down Ithronel, and as much as I want to kill him, right now that's more important.
And besides, there's better ways to get revenge than just playing on death. So.
Yeah.
Well, can someone please explain to me a little bit more? My initial function was to kill the target, and from my understanding is letting the target live just brings on more pain and destruction. So why is it not okay to just kill the target? Because it seems like if you kill the target, then that ends it. Am I wrong?
Let's just say we have a secondary objective that would be nullified if we killed the target prematurely.
But also, I guess it's a little different than the black and white of war. You know, like in war, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But
Whole lot of gray here.
But also, in times like this, it's more about character than it is about objective, I guess. You kill a killer in a place like this, in situations like this, then you're just a killer too. But I think at least I try to be better than the people I go after, I mean, yeah, I'm not the best guy in the world, and no, I don't always do great things. But just killing somebody doesn't it makes me just like them,
Interesting.
I mean, as a soldier, I imagine it's a very different experience, but
Yeah, I'm not judging.
we're not soldiers. I mean, and you're not a soldier anymore, so.
I think in some ways I'll always be a soldier, but I understand the sentiment. It's a little. Things are different, which is fine. May not agree with them, but.
So, are you guys okay with that plan? I know killing it's not by the book per se, but I mean, I'm not going to go in there causing a problem on purpose.
Cillian nods.
Do I detect that Cillian approves of this and he just doesn't want to say it, or that he has apprehension?
Cillian and I have already threatened to blow a guy up earlier that day, so it's just like.
Yeah, I don't think Cillian
It might
has
be both.
slept.
Yeah, I don't know if Cillian's all there right now.
I guess also just talking about Cillian, or talking about killing Cillian is just kind of his mind's a little preoccupied right now.
Okay. If he does decline a 6 versus 6, just wants to do 1v1, I need you guys to watch my back, because I don't exactly trust everybody to play with the straight and narrow on this. But I don't want it to come to that. Mostly because that'd be no fun if I just had the entire session me fighting something and you guys sitting there and watching. So.
What do you mean by session?
No.
No.
Sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. Fourth wall, my bad.
What about? Would Cillian suggest this?
He is very
Oh.
tired.
You get a little homicidal when you're hungry.
What
Eat a
about
Snickers.
instead of 5v5, and if he, decides to do something dirty, we've got a trick up our sleeves.
I mean, if you're the stealthy type. If you want to hide somewhere, either that or Varian could be invisible somewhere. If you're comfortable with that, we could figure something.
I always have this, and I just hold up a black marble.
I don't know what that is, but I don't like it.
Varian, you look
Yeah,
over.
Varian knows what that is, and eyes widen, just like.
I found it on the
It's like,
ground.
it's like pulling out a
exchanges.
gun in the elementary school. You're like, put
Yeah.
that away!
So
Stop!
Cornelius just kind of like looks at Varian and is just like, oh.
Yeah, I put out a hand and kind of put it over Spike's and just kind of guide it back to his pocket. I'm just like, I hope it doesn't come to that.
I almost dropped it on the ground. Like, just kidding, it's fine.
But
But,
that's kind of all I wanted to say. If we
Okay.
want to do 6v6 or just do the 5 and have someone hide, either way is
'cause
fine.
Cillian specializes in being stealthy and also like just taking out like the back line, or, like taking out spellcasters in the back line.
Okay. Well, just leave whatever happens when we're fighting. Leave Keelan to me, and you guys can figure the rest out.
All right.
But Cornelius, I know you got something to do. If you want, we'll make sure we wait on you.
It shouldn't take me long. So,
How long does Bardic Inspiration last again?
10 minutes?
How far away are you going?
I don't know. I don't know how far it is from here. Austin doesn't know.
And we're definitely not setting forth the going forth with Varian as Ithronel thing, right?
No, yeah, he's not going.
Okay, I was about to say he's a little late, but sounds good.
How far away is the place that? I guess I wouldn't know, but I'm not asking because I'm going to do anything. I just wanted to see if I could give him Bardic Inspiration and it actually matter for what he's doing.
Even if you were taking a sky coach, like walking, it would be at least 30 minutes in a sky
No, I don't know.
coach.
But yeah, I'll drive you if that's necessary.
Yo, Alan, are you eating watermelon, bro?
No, it shouldn't take me long.
Yeah.
Nice.
You want to hear it?
Well, by long,
Yes.
it might take me like an hour, but that's pretty short given the nature of
Can
my
hear it.
work. So,
Sag.
but yeah, I gotta get some work done today for the rest of the work that I have to do for the week. I'm only gonna take like an hour, which is relatively short compared to what I normally to most of the rest of my work. So,
Yeah, we'll. I'm afraid if we go to the Scarlet Front too early, we might risk causing a scene. So we'll just wait here for you.
all right, I'll be back shortly.
Are you going to be sky coaching your way over there, Cornelius?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hire a
get
taxi.
So.
So that'll be a 15-minute fly.
Cool.
To and
Uber.
from. So 15, half an hour travel plus however much time.
It takes me to actually do the thing.
So we can assume an hour.
Okay.
For the rest of you, it is about a 5-minute fly over to Little Plains where the Scarlet Front is, or a 30-minute walk.
We were gonna wait, I think.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
either
we're gonna
way-
wait until Cornelius gets back because my thing was like I don't want to go there too early and then him see me and it'd be like a whole thing.
That's fine. Then you have an hour to keep eating, drinking, and talking, or if you have a very fast errand or thing you want to do, you can.
What's around that area? I guess you can just, if you want to, you can do Cornelius' thing. We can do that.
You were in
after.
the Death's Gate Guild, where the Death's Gate mercenaries operate.
Oh, they don't like me. Never mind.
Yeah. I don't really
Yeah.
care for any of you.
Whoops.
Yeah. But then there's also neighboring neighborhoods and stuff. But just in case there was anything you wanted to do very quickly before, we can do that after I do with Cornelius' thing. So, Cornelius.
If y'all want, I could try and fly out there and just scout it out. I don't know. Do we need that?
I feel like we've been there enough times where like, it will be okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Cornelius, you've got a 15-minute sky coach ride on your way over there. What's
I will before he goes. I will do. I will cast glyph warding, and I will store an invisibility spell in it, and I will give it to Cornelius in case he needs to make a haste to get away, so he can do that without after spending a resource. I will draw him. I will draw him something very nice. I don't know what it is, but I go and I fold it up and I go, if you're in trouble, unfold that.
Understood.
Sorry.
In the coat.
It's a drawing of Donavan himself giving a thumbs up.
Portable bardic inspiration.
So Cornelius, on this 15-minute sky coach ride by yourself, going to do this task, what is on your mind? What are you thinking? What scenarios are you running through your head?
Basically, running through how this conversation is going to go. Either, there's a chance that hostile on sight, Ray's completely hostile on sight. No chance. There's a chance that Reyes will hear me out and decide that I'm lying, hostile on sight. There's a chance that Reyes will hear me out and believe me. And then that comes with a whole nother set of problems. If Reyes is as monstrous and impulsive as he is seemed to us to be, maybe he'll take it out on people around him. Maybe he'll take it out on Ithronel. Maybe he'll take it out on Varian. And he's kind of basically thinking, I feel like this is the one concrete chance we have. Or maybe, or even worse, maybe tells Reyes and Reyes knows and doesn't care. Or maybe, or was in on it or something. Like, this is probably the only shot we have of taking Reyes off the board, and even then, it is a huge risk, and it could go poorly, and he's trying to think of what contingencies he has in the event that it goes poorly enough. Whether Reyes tries to attack him, Reyes tries to attack random people, Reyes comes after the rest of the group, or if it will go the way he hopes it does, which is Reyes realizes he's betrayed and is off the board, no longer supporting Ithronel. Or maybe even a little bit better, that Reyes helps against Ithronel in some fashion, even if it's not directly for us.
As you rack your brain, eventually get off the sky coach, walk through the Mystic Market. It's much livelier during the day. A whole lot of stuff going on. People hawking wares on the street. Stuff that you immediately clock as being phony and knockoff magical items. Like someone, you see that there's like this giant greatsword that someone is trying to hawk out, and they call it a Homie Avenger. And you are walking past, you're like, and you look, and the label says Homie Avenger.
This one's for my homies.
Then you see someone take a swing with it, and the blade just pops out, and beer pours from it onto the ground.
That's an amazing magical item.
No, just gag out of it's just like pour one out for the homie, swing the sword. Oh god, yes.
But it
What?
looks exactly like a Holy Avenger. There's literally a tag that says +3, but you look and it says plus is 0.3. But
The blood and alcohol content.
Like every third strike deals an extra point of damage.
You walk through the Mystic Market, avoid any of the hawkers and sellers on the streets, until eventually you arrive at Ithronel's family shop. You don't see a figure resembling Race outside of it anywhere, but then kind of peering at the building, you remember he arrived via a balcony. And so you kind of creep your way over that way, looking around, and there's sort of the exterior staircase leading up to that balcony and many others up above it, where you see a cloaked up figure, wide-brimmed hat, sitting in one of the chairs very quietly and sullenly.
I'm going to go to the base of the stairs, and I'm gonna not like loud slam foot down, but just kind of like I'm not gonna be quiet about it. I'm just gonna put a foot on the stair and a hand on the railing, and just look up and see if he reacts.
He doesn't move. There's no extremely visible reaction, but you can see just kind of a light reflect off of his eyes. He kind of just very subtly tilts his head to look at you, and then looks back down.
And I'm just gonna start walking up.
Eventually you reach the stairs. He sort of does the southerner thing and just kind of tilts his head and he says, "Afternoon."
Afternoon. Mind if I take a seat with you?
At this, he definitely kind of snaps his head up. Oh, guess not. I'm waiting for someone, so I might have to leave soon.
That's all right. I won't be here for too long. That's okay. And I'll sit down. Is it like different chair, kind of like sitting across, looking at each other kind of thing?
Yeah.
Just gonna sit down and I go, I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm not here to cause you any harm. Your name is Reyes, right?
You can see he's very heavily cloaked, but you can see even just like his fingers twitch, and that's just enough to know like his whole body like tenses up. You can't even hardly see any features on his face. What can I help you with?
It's not necessarily what you can help me with. I think there's something that you should know that you might not. And if you do, you know, it's whatever it is. But I got the sense, at least I thought you might not. And I feel like if you don't, you have the right to know.
Okay.
Here comes the weird part. And I am going to, both with Awakened Mind and Mind Link, just lock in. And I'm going to speak to him in his head, and I'm gonna say, it's more difficult to explain it with words, so I'm just going to show you. And I assure you, what I'm showing you is only memory. It is not a fabrication. I'm not here to trick you. I'm here to share something with you, because you might not know, and I feel like you might need to. if that's okay with you. I know this is a weird experience, but
Good guy Cornelius asking the mass murderer for consent.
Hey man,
I'm trying to make this as
Above
non-hostile
board,
of an
it's all
interaction as
good.
possible right now.
I respect it.
Yeah, I really thought you were just gonna mind link with him from like across the courtyard. And
This is what your
fucking-
grandma looks like in her underwear.
No.
Blint.
Yeah, fucking airdrop him that.
Airdrop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also
Jesus.
gives me an opportunity to get a little more of a read on Reyes as a person through body language, the way he reacts to things, being around him. Can absorb more information about him as a person just from being near him. So
Let me look up something real fast. Well, that's not what I want. So Austin.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. Austin is.
That's fair.
I'm very nervous for you.
Don't
Bro, I am clenched.
you get telepathy from Warlock things and Kalashar things, right?
Yes. Awakened Mind is Warlock, and then Mind Link is Kalashtar.
This is mechanically it doesn't matter, but it matters. Which one are you gonna use?
I'll use Mind Link.
Awesome. So, before we get into anything quite yet, what was that?
I hit the little drawer where my keyboard is, and yeah.
Telepathically raised responds, still very closed off, but is kind of letting it happen. And you can kind of tell that he's... It sounds terrible. He's letting it happen because he sort of feels pressured at the moment, because he's kind of cornered, but also he knows, like, he can't make a scene. He doesn't necessarily want to make a scene, so he's just like, yes. Sort of reluctantly, I guess is the better way to put it.
Oh, the guy who murdered a whole district doesn't want to make a scene. I guess you don't shit where you eat. That's fine.
He doesn't want to make a scene when he doesn't have control over the scene.
Oh, there you go.
So he accepts, but he's reluctant.
I know I don't exactly have you in a great position, but let's just get this over with, and I will, instead of projecting just thought and word, I am going to begin projecting the images from my memory of the interactions with Ithronel and Varian, the things that they said, just as they are. I'm not going to try to like throw my own commentary in them. I'm just going to show him what I saw and what I heard.
The director's commentary.
And then no director's commentary. And then when I finish showing him those things, I'm going to wait and just I'm going to see how he responds to it, and then go from there.
And before we get there, though, you first time doing something like this, and close your eyes, think wince, and focus on it, and you're jolted by a massive thundering in your ear. You jolt open your eyes, and you're in your office space. It's empty, dark, shutters closed, and someone is knocking on your door. Except this time, you are not over by your desk. you are already at the door. And in fact, when you get a grip, your hand is already on the knob. And you can see a humanoid silhouette through the glass. But when you look back over toward your desk, you see a hand wrapping around the shot glass that's there. And it slides off the table. And then you hear some light footsteps. A long shadow is cast across the wall, and from behind your desk, steps Squinch. Hunch, pot-bellied, hair coming out of his ears, bags under his eyes, wings limply hanging at his sides, holding the shot glass in a shaky hand, and is trudging his way over to you, trying to offer you the shot.
And they're still beating on the door?
Yes.
I'm sorry, buddy. I hate to say it like this, but this looks to me like this is an end of the line kind of scenario. Because I think I know how this whole thing works here now. At least somewhat. If it's not the end of the line, then I just look like a sentimental fool. Great. But
He, holding out the shot, it eventually tumbles out of his hand. Glass shatters, and this oily, shimmery liquid spills all over the floor. But he reaches out his hand, whispers, and beckons you closer. Do you let go of the doorknob to go over to him?
I'll get you out of there another way. Because I know you hate it. You're welcome to hate me after that. And I will turn the doorknob and open the door.
He falls to his knees. You open the door. And on the other side, you see a lovely, warm cabin. Fire burning in the hearth. And this adorable old woman sitting at the table. And then as you step through the door, the walls fall away into a beautiful pastoral paradise. You feel the sense of warmth and calm. And when you kind of close your eyes and take in a deep breath, you now find yourself standing in the Aurora Gallery, glancing out of the corner of your eye at this scene that is unfolding with Ithronel and Varian. And there's sort of a director's commentary coming from Ray's at this point.
Oh, is this like the memories from like a Christmas story where like we're standing there and we can't affect anything, but we're just watching?
Basically.
Excellent.
And he kind of scoffs to himself and says, yeah, she mentioned she was trying to get in with the Madani family. That's good. Then he kind of trails off for a second. And at this point, kind of like sees a little bit of the interaction. You know, the lean in, little kiss on the cheek, stuff like that. But at this point, you hear him refer to her as Nellie, as he kind of walks off and speaks to someone else like with her. And that's kind of whenever you hear Race go, oh.
Not Ithy.
Gross.
That's
It's Throw.
Can you imagine your nickname being Throw?
Henry David Thoreau.
Shut the fuck up,
No.
nerd.
He's right, and he should say it.
Yeah.
But at hearing referred to as Nelly catches him off guard. And you can sense that he doesn't say anything in response, but
Rage
that
for members.
and you can see that the view of it shifted from him being like, yeah, she's playing them just like she said she was, to, oh no, oh, that's not, no.
Cornelius said, "Are you prepared to receive information that may hurt you?"
Are you prepared for some trauma?
And at that point, memory comes to an end. You find yourself sitting on the balcony with Ray's, and he looks up at you. And now a little bit of light shines into his, underneath the brim of his hat. And last time you saw him, he was wearing sort of this brass mask that covered up like half of his face.
Yeah.
This time he is not. And you see the most war-torn, scarred, burned up, unrecognizable face you've ever seen. Just barely peek out from within the shadows of his hat. Who are you? What was that? What?
I was at the Aurora Gala. Ithronel invited me and my friends there. I think you'll recognize my name, but I believe we have seen each other before. My name is Cornelius Bray.
Kind of looks you up and down a little bit, and then it starts to dawn on him.
And at this moment, get down. Sorry, cat. And at this moment, you and I are not enemies. At this moment, I am just the guy who recognized a couple of things. Recognized that it might be something you didn't know. And yeah, I've been trying to oppose a plan that you all have had in motion. But I feel like there's certain lines that shouldn't be crossed in the pursuit of whatever goals you have in life. Because if you lose yourself in the process, the goal might not be worth it. But sometimes you see and you uncover things that you weren't exactly looking for in the process of looking for something else. And, well, the truth's got to come out eventually, right? Figure a little bit of truth needs to go around. And even if technically you and I are enemies, understanding the truth, everybody needs that. Including you. Including me.
So, Cornelius, you can see, as a private investigator, you've had your fair share of delivering bad news.
Yeah.
You have watched the stages of grief play out on people's faces handful of times. And you can see even just a little bit of that you can see of his eyes. You can see him doing that. Trying to justify, trying to reconcile, trying to make sense of everything. But you are saying very good things, Austin Vogel saying. And I would like you to make a persuasion check for me with advantage.
glad it's at advantage. That is a 23, 15 plus... No, that's a lie. That is a 27, 15 plus 12. Sorry. My bad. I got the number mixed up in my brain.
He drops his head down. Nods a little bit, and then gets up to a standing position. Sticks out his hand to shake. You see it is scarred up and terrible. Thank you. We'll be in touch. I need to think on this.
And I will stand up, and I will stick my hand out, and I will give him a shake, and say, everybody needs a little time to think about things. Do what you got to do.
And at that, he walks down the stairs of the little exterior stairwell and just slips on down some alleyways and out of sight.
And I will just quickly make my way down the stairs, find the nearest taxi I can get, and get back to the ramen shop and just think about more scenarios of what's going to play out now that has happened. How is he going to deal with it? How is he going to think about it? How is he going to process it? What is he going to do after he has processed it?
Honestly, masterfully played.
And Cornelius, it all feels very calm. As you were thinking about all these options, there's not really a whole lot of intruding of thoughts and possibilities. It's almost like you were looking at a blank whiteboard, and you're able to just kind of oh, and there's that and that and that. It's all very well organized and clear in your mind.
I gave you an inspiration, Austin.
Aww.
For the gamer play.
Play of the game.
Play of the game. Expertise and persuasion.
That's what that shit's for, homie.
And
Charisma is not a dump stat.
And just think about things and just kind of let go of the tension, just because. Oh, that could have gone so bad. And
It's like on the tax ride back, you're like, fuck, shit,
God, holy crap, oh god damn it. And just kind of lean back, let the tension leave his body, and just kind of just quietly say to himself, I know I did the right thing. Sorry, Squinch. And just to try to confirm for himself, he's going to try to pull Squinch back from the pocket. See if he shows up.
You really don't expect anything to happen.
Yeah.
Snap the fingers, and then there is a rush of energy next to you. And that's why we were going to take a quick break so I can go toilet cat. As we will see who Cornelius summons, and then we will proceed to the Scarlet Frond to go challenge a mafia boss to a gladiatorial fight.
I feel it's more like a street fight, like West Side Story style. There's gonna be a lot of
You can start
snapping.
Oh, dude, it's
yeah.
gonna be just have a straight up old Western shootout.
You all have to make performance checks.
That's actually the
Travis.
only. That's actually the only charisma skill I'm not proficient in.
I'm also not proficient in it.
Challenge them to a lively game of trivia, and you have to make various intelligence checks.
There
All right, I like that. There we go. Yeah.
What school of magic did Professor Da-da-da at Cornelius University teach back in, before?
Yeah. No, it's like we challenge you to trivia, and Varian's just like, oh, I got this pop culture trivia.
What energy drink flavor has this label? You're like, I got it.
They don't even show the label, and he just already knows the answer. It's just like, it's this. And
What
they're like,
slogan
we didn't even.
for an energy drink?
Slurp it up.
Oh yeah, it's Slurp.
No, that's that porn producer. So that we'll be
Oh,
back
no.
in a couple minutes after a quick telegraph break. So we'll be right back. Bye.
Oh, my friends are dead.
Oh, my
This is
friends are
under the
dead.
police. Wow, that got you, Travis.
Seems to have, yeah.
Yeah.
Rad. So, Cornelius.
That's what normal people say. Yep.
That's what the young people say.
Cornelius sitting in the Sky Coach, that very famous Sky Coach driver that's shaped like an egg with a mustache and a top hat or a bowler hat is driving your Sky Coach again. You're starting to think that Sky Coach companies just mass-produced this person. But they're not real. Or it's a bunch of changelings who all act like this person.
Or it's like they made like this Warforged line that is exclusively a
Egg-shaped.
Sky Coach driver, but it's egg shaped.
That's like frightening thinking about like a company that employs just changelings that all have the same exact like physical makeup. It's like the Vault Boy from Fallout.
Yeah.
It's like they all look like the same, like very generic, like smiling white man. Like,
Hey, Donavan.
hey, what's up?
You suddenly get a memory that's knocked loose that there's actually a rumor that one of these Sharn counselors is actually a bunch of changelings who share the one identity.
Everybody knows that. That's not surprising.
That's
No,
incredible.
it's like those tabloid journals. It's just like Tom Cruise shapeshifter. It's like that, and I'm like, it's true, but like no one's gonna believe it, so I'm gonna move on. I mean, they do a good
Cruise is
job. They're
actually a
they're one of
lizard
the they're one of the most progressive council members on.
Can
in the
Donovan
council, so,
just believe one tabloid? Like all the other ones, he just like understands they're all fake and stupid. But there's just one. Yeah.
With like might
It's
be
like
on
that.
it.
It's like the thing in Men in Black where like they're like, oh yeah, these are all true. These are all true. You guys just think they're not.
Yeah,
You convince
Bismarck
yourself
is
they're not.
actually an alien.
Oh man, rip. Anyway, so Cornelius on the Sky Coach with that same old Sky Coach driver that everyone has. You snap your fingers to summon Squinch. Squinch is not summoned. Something is. It is a Squinch-sized humanoid creature. Wings, like Squinch had. Except one of the most dashing faces and smiles you've ever seen. Almost like jawline, eyes, smile like All Might-esque. Like just really, just ding! Right there.
I am Squinch.
But in a very tiny form. The
I
clothes
feel
that
like this is almost gonna be worse than the creepy no filter imp.
the garb, it's just a very simple button-down shirt, sleeves rolled up, a vest over it, simple slacks, some nice dress shoes, and wings still, except they're less like physical and anatomical, and they're more of oh gosh, what's like they're more conceptual wings. Like you can kind of see they're there, but more conceptual, almost vaporous. And he sticks out his hand, his little tiny hand, says, yeah, "Pleasure to meet you, Cornelius, correct?"
Yeah. What's your name?
Actually, I was told you were supposed to name me. I guess I could name myself. I wasn't really given that option. Your quarry spirit sent me.
You're welcome to name yourself. I'm not gonna give you your own name. That's...
Austin says, "No, you."
No, you. You're more than welcome to name yourself. If you need to think it over, you need to think it over.
Uno reverse card.
Are titles in the equation? Like, could I use doctor or something?
You know what? Yeah, that's just totally on the table. Do what you want.
All right, think about that.
Doctor One.
Says, but well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Sorry to step in on such a sad occasion. I know you were attached to Squanch? Squanch.
It was Squinch.
Squinch.
His name is Squinch.
Squinch. Well, I have a bit of a message to deliver about his passing and the choices you may have made. So, as your quarry spirit has gotten stronger, she has sort of learned about what kind of forces you were warring against. Are you familiar with evil quarry? Nightmares?
I have been given the rundown, sure. Not like intimately familiar, but I know that they exist now, so that's a thing.
Well, this Squinch, he was sort of a messenger, a harbinger of these nightmare spirits. So, that's kind of been the line you've been walking. But now, you have made enough progress to be more in tune with your quarry spirit, push back these nightmare spirits, and really come into your own, and not let those horrible nightmarish things take over.
Well, that's good to know.
Something else that would be good to know before we continue: the fight is not over.
I imagine not.
Those things are still part of you, and the more you fight against them, the more that they will either disappear or eventually you might eliminate it, vomit it back up, so to speak, spiritually.
Thank you for the imagery. That's very wonderful imagery. You got any other important news to share? Because no offense, but
So just how you are having this fight and journey of your own, I am kind of coming into my own as well. That Squinch fellow, he's still around, and I'm constantly in a state of perpetual anxiety and agony, trying to keep him under. And his face turns into this horrible, wretched, fanged imp face, and you immediately recognize Squinch, trying to rip from his face, and he like. So I'm constantly having my own fight as well.
great.
So that might happen on occasion. I'll try to keep it quiet. It's
And you know what? Weirdly enough, at this point. I think
Yes, honey?
I may not have every answer to how to deal with it, but I've been dealing with it long enough that I should, you know, yeah, it just will play
I'm
it.
pretty sure he's barking at.
So,
So
we'll play it by ear. I'm sure we'll figure out how to handle it. Let me know when you settle on a name, if you don't mind.
I'm pretty sold on Doctor for the moment. I don't have a follow-up. Maybe Doctor for now, Doc. Maybe. I'll think on it. Something that rhymes. Maybe not rhyming. That's a little too...
Doctore.
I thought of something stupid, but anyway.
I
Anyway.
came up with Squinch the first time.
You did. But for the rest of this little coach ride, I'd like to just sit and think about a couple of things. So, yeah, you're more than welcome to just chill. I'm not gonna send you away. So.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. It's pretty cozy. It's like this nice little cabin. There's some cool stuff, little knickknacks.
Been there before, but let's just say it's a bit of reflex. The last friend of mine wasn't very keen on it. Said it was pretty horrible experience. So I just expect to be hanging out here for a while. That's something I'm not gonna be too keen on doing, even if it sounds pleasant. Unless you directly ask me to, then I guess I will, because I'm not gonna. Yeah. Anyway.
Sure. Oh, and
Oh God.
you already have this. But I'm supposed to just give you this. I need a cool way to remind you of things. Are people still saying "give me some skin"? Is that still a?
I'm
like
gonna
holds out his
go
hand,
ahead.
kind of like a low five, kind of.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say no, but I get the gist of it, and I'm gonna give him a low 5.
A little low five. And immediately you are thrusted back into a memory, Christmas Carol style. And you remember the Aurora Gallery, all the exhibits you walked through, all the things you looked at, and you remember being in the unknown artifact room and just kind of looking, and there was something that caught your eye, and you couldn't recall why, and you just kind of filed it away for later. Well, it's later. In this sort of Christmas Carol flashback, Doc sticks out his hand again, says one more time. And you're back in the Mystic Market, standing in the little magic shop owned by Ithronel's family. And you were...
Your mic is doing a weird thing right now.
Yeah.
Hello,
You
test.
sound like you're going through a tunnel.
There we go. That sounds better.
Hello?
Say it.
Testing, 1, 2, testing.
Very
Yep.
good.
Weird. High five one more time, and you're in the Ithronel's family's magic shop. And you're looking around, and you don't know what. And you don't remember noticing something here. And Doc points. Says, "That right there." And he points, and you remember there being this sort of glass cabinet at the counter where they have the really nice stuff. And there's an item in there. It doesn't have a placard or price card or anything. But it has the same style as that strange unknown artifact from the Aurora Gallery.
Are you talking about the tuning fork?
No. This was something else that I said it was familiar, but you don't know why. And you're like, alright, I'll file it away.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And he points out and he says, "That it's similar, right? I'm not just imagining that."
No, you're not. What, I mean, do you know what it is?
Oh no, you just filed that first bit away for later, and now I'm reminding you of that, connecting a little bit of the dots. I'm kind of there as a little second set of eyes. Well, I'm the messenger for your real second set of eyes. Or your spiritual you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean up to the driver and go, hey, how far are we out right now?
Probably almost there. Oh, just another minute or two.
Fuck. I'll give you an extra gold if you take me back and then bring me back over here, quick as possible. There's just something I've remembered, and I need to get back quickly. So
Sky Coach wheels around. You head back toward the Mystic Market, toward the shop. And for the purposes of everything, Doc, he still has the statistics of an imp. He's still an imp, but
awesome.
But instead of a fiend, he is a celestial.
Excellent. Rip squinch.
He's still there.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be ripped. You can he'd force his body out.
Not very happy with me now.
Okay, but you head back, you land and walk through the Mystic Market and stand outside the shop. It is open, business as normal.
I'm just gonna basically make it straightforward. Gonna go in. I'm gonna go up to the case. I'm going to look at it again, and then I'm just gonna be like, "Do you know what this is and how much is it?"
The first time you went in, you weren't disguised or anything, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
The first time we went in to just like
To browse and stuff. So she greets you, and you're like, "Oh, how you doing? You know, just saw you, yesterday or whatever it was." But you kind of run in like, "What's that?"
Sorry, this really caught my eye, and there's just something really familiar about it. You know, it looks like something else I've seen, and it's piqued my interest. So.
She looks at it and says, "Oh, that thing? Yeah, that was just a couple years ago. Somebody wanted to get a couple other things from this case, and they had some stuff to trade, and they threw that in basically for free. They didn't say why, and I just haven't had the time or money or mostly just time or money to get it, identified or anything. It's just kind of sitting, a little decoration."
It looks very similar to something else that I'm a little bit of a collector, and it just looks very similar to something else that I have been working on acquiring. And so I was, maybe it might be related or a similar thing. If you haven't had the time to have it checked out, I would be happy to take it off your hands and do that. I would be willing to make a trade for something that I can assure you of its capability. It's a bit practical. I'm not sure if you really deal too much in practical kinds of items, but
She looks around at her joke shop of magical items. Says, "Well, there's a few practical stuff here. So, yeah, of course, that seems fair. Something simple, magical."
And out of my coat, I'm going to pull out the wand of web and the sheath that it's attached to, the arm, basically like the arm gun that I have, and I'm gonna hold it up, and I'm just gonna kind of like hit the eject button essentially, and the wand's gonna come out into armed position, and then close it back, and I'll go, "This is a specialized wand sheath. Normally they make it for Warforged, but this has been specially fitted for non-Warforged. The wand inside of it is a wand of web. Allows you to project snaring webs and things. Something I picked up in my line of work, but I haven't had much use for it in a while."
Wow, that's definitely more than fair. Do you wanna? And she gestures toward a little display off to the side, and it's like a multi-compartment thing of different packets of dust. She says, "Do you want to grab a couple of these? They can make people laugh, make the air smell like farts, make something sound like a fart. There's this one here. It makes people's clothes look invisible. That's kind of the X-rated little dust there. You can take some of those if you want. 'Cause that's more than fair trade.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. The X-ray dust sounds pretty funny, and the if not a little awkward, but the laughing one definitely sounds great.
Sure. And she grabs each one of those for you, hands it to you. You make a trade. She pulls out. Actually, I can very accurately describe it. Picture pulled up. But effectively, the laughing dust, it is a creature that you could throw it to within 10 feet, or throw it at within 10 feet. And it's effectively Tasha's hideous laughter, but the save DC is 10. Similar thing for the sort of disappearing dust, except it's literally, it only has an effect on like armor and clothes. So you throw it at someone within like 10 feet of you, and it makes their armor and clothes appear invisible. Chaos reigns. Alrighty, and you get whatever this little artifact is. Let's see here. This one specifically looks like a almost like an ornamental looking gear or cog almost. But it's fairly finely crafted, and it seems to be made of gold, even though it seems to be also very weathered. To the point where like you wouldn't really be able to tell how nice it is.
Yeah.
As if it's either it has gone through some hard times, or it is very, very, very old. And
Just after the exchange, thank you very much. Appreciate doing business with you. I gotta run. I got some stuff I gotta get done. So,
and similarly, the other piece that you were connecting this to, it was also a similar cog shape, but a bit bigger and a bit thinner. Again, very weathered and very old. But Sky Coach waiting for you. You zip back. And eventually, probably close to 1 o'clock, meet with your party members, reconvene with them at this ramen shop in Death's Gate, and for Spike might know this, Donavan might know this. You saw Cillian leaving the Scarlet Front at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. So he's more of a night shift person. So you imagine you probably still have a few hours before he is there, but the club is definitely still open.
I say we go ahead and go there and we post up.
Logan, I sent you something in Discord. I was wondering if I had enough time to look into that on the side.
You know, it'd really help if I accidentally click on Steam.
Yeah.
You playing video games during the session, Logan? Come on.
Who would do
I
that?
know, how dare I? Oh, I see.
That's
I think I bruised my big toe. It hurts really bad.
Why would you do that?
I did it on purpose. I love the pain.
Hey man, don't kink shame.
I know Rachel was saying they wake up at 6:30, but geez, 6:30.
Yeah, I wake up at 6:30 too.
Oh, sorry, 4:30 is what time they wake up.
yeah.
What? That's insane. Hate that.
I wake up at 6:30 as well.
I'm
No, my brain.
about to say 6:30 is kind of average, but
Yeah.
4:30, no, that's gross.
It reminds me of the days where I used to have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning so I could go to work.
Jeez, what were you doing at 3:30?
Opening Bojangles
Working?
at 4.
Ooh, that's rough.
Oh, Bojangles is open at 4?
No.
They open at 5
Um,
on every day, but Sunday they open at 6 on Sundays. But I was the opening guy for weekends, so I always got there at 4.
Let's say, yeah, you gotta get an hour early so you can get everything prepped.
So Xavier, when you say is it too late, do you mean time-wise is it too late?
I just mean, is this possible? Is it something I can look into for my character or not?
Yeah, you've got a second arm.
Well, my intention is to add it onto
The
the
same
first
arm.
one.
I'd allow
Yeah,
that
the
because
same
that's
one.
wild.
just have one really just insane arm and the other one's just a regular
Like
arm.
fucking
Just like,
Mega
alright.
Man is just like 2 feet wide.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
But
cool.
yeah, it is very rare, so it would take some time and some resources, but
Cool.
definitely.
I'll start looking into that then.
Yeah. So, you guys regroup at the ramen shop. Let me know whenever you're ready to jump over to the scroll up front.
Let's do it. Unless anyone else
I'm
wants anything else to
ready.
do.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than ready. Hey, Varian, I got a favor to ask.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pull the cog out. And I'm just gonna go. Would you mind taking a look at this for me?
Sure.
This you have to understand, people at home who are watching, this is a huge deep cut. This is a pre-stream deep cut, and I'm gonna be surprised if even my players remember it.
Ooh, a challenge.
Varian,
Uh-huh.
you recognize the shape of this cog and how large it is, and then when you take it from Cornelius and smudge at some of the gold of it, there are runes inscribed along it. And once you start kind of feeling along them, looking at the runes, you know exactly what this is from because you spent a while studying the schematics of these. Schematics that Gara, the Dask half-ogre, found in Old Sharn.
No fucking.
Do you or Travis remember what those schematics were for?
Let me turn
Take a
back
minute
my
and
notes.
look into your notes, because that's
I
pretty
actually have
sure-
this in my notes.
I figured, because this was something you actually did during downtime as well, if I recall correctly. This is a real deep cut.
To construct of Ebron cosmology, old runes and gear, 6 pieces. After alter space and time. That's what I've
you
written in my
digital
notes.
notes.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you
Control
bastard.
F.
Control F.
Control F. It also means that I have very little notes.
It's just the proper nouns, and then you're like, hold on.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
the last
see.
thing I wrote is still truly Overmind has eyes on Ithronel.
Okay, it says we kill Gara, grab her stuff, and hop off the train. We find ancient arcane blueprints. The author of the blueprints is Cynthia DeCaneth.
Mm-hmm.
Was once a leader in the Cannon Tower of Sharn, well-respected genius inventor. Mysterious end to her reign, disappeared. Looks like she left of her own accord.
Several hundred years ago.
Blueprint is for an orrery depicting the cosmology of Eberron. Its primary pieces that fit together, contraption has something to do with altering space and time. Yeah.
Cool. My notes were actually good. Sick.
Woo! Good
Yeah,
job, Travis. Oh, remember
yeah,
back in the day.
Hey, my notes are still good. They just are good on the only things that, only some things, you know?
I look at Cornelius wide-eyed and just say, Where did you get this?
On my errand that I just ran.
Hell of an errand.
I was at Food Light in the clearance section. I don't know.
Technically, you're correct.
Yeah,
At the
guy
Dollar
is-
General.
Yeah, I was at a Dollar General and a guy just handed me a haversack full of scrolls from the Library of Alexandria. I don't know. This is weird.
Yeah, it did turn out to be a hell of an errand. I'm surprised I got back on time, but yeah, I came across that before I came back. I saw another piece. I saw another piece just like it, and I recognized it, and I went and grabbed it.
There are more pieces of this?
I know of one more. It's larger but thinner, but it looks exactly the same.
How far?
It's in the Aurora Gallery.
Oh,
I saw it while I was there.
right. Put it in the map now. But
Wait, does this mean we can go and steal things from the Royal Gallery? Because if I recall, I had some things I wanted.
Are we going shopping? I was hoping I could.
yeah, look,
What? Can you give me the spark notes of what this thing is?
Oh yeah, it can possibly control space and time. It's no big deal. Anyway, we should probably go steal it now.
okay, one thing at a time. Yeah, you remember those blueprints we found off of that
Oh.
desk captain?
Off of Gara?
Yeah, months ago.
Hmm.
This is one of the pieces.
There was,
Control. You said it controls space and time.
Well, I mean, it said it could control space and time.
Yeah,
I have
okay.
a bad idea.
Let's. Oh, bad idea. You want to go back in time, make sure that Ithronel was never born?
No, it was more like maybe we could use that to stop the little problem that you're having.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to go back in time and possibly have Ithronel? I don't know. Die?
What if we went back in time and prevent the last war from ever happening?
I don't see, but then you
Wait
may not
a
be born.
minute.
Oh, I
I was technically never born. I was only created.
No, no.
I mean,
no.
yeah, but you were created because of the last war.
Okay, this is all very philosophical. I just, I believe that maybe we should. What were you thinking that you want to do with the space and time? What did you want to do with the Delkir?
Get rid of them.
I don't think that's how that works.
You can alter space and time.
Varian, if you'll make an Arcana check for me.
What if we just go back in time to like the baby Delkir and just
The first Mind Flayer during the corrupt of being born.
yeah, yeah. It's like that me, just like me going back in time. First fish crawling out of the water. No, you don't. Bonk.
Also, I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know what I would be like without Delkir.
I am inclined to agree with Oleg on this one.
I feel like Travis, as Oleg, he has a backpack full of cans of worms, and he pulls out, opens a can of worms, and then yeets it as far as he can, so then no one can talk about it. Opening a can of worms, getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
like if you want to talk about this, you have to go get the can of worms.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
You have to fight for
see,
it.
it flew over my head for a moment that you were talking in metaphor, and I was just like, yeah, that kind of
Can of
seems like something
worms?
Oleg would do.
A can of worms, that's also fair.
A literal.
Yeah,
can
Yeah,
of
at
worms.
first I definitely was thinking that you were talking about earworms, just like eating it into
Can
a
of
crowd.
earworms, yes.
Sounds horrible.
Carson, was your Arcana check?
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You recall that this orrery as a whole, yes, it affects space and time. But something you vaguely recall, you didn't get far enough into the research to know all of the nitpicky stuff. But what you do know, that each piece is magical on its own. And it each does something, like each one has a different role in the greater machine of whatever the artifact is. So, and even just holding this and touching the runes and manipulating it, it's magical. It is steeped in magic, but you don't know what role it plays in the greater scheme and what it does.
How long of a sky coach ride was it again?
Ooh, 5 minutes, I think. Not far. But you also have theoretically 4 to 6 hours before Mr. Boromar arrives on the scene.
Cornelius, why doesn't everybody get one more pastry or coffee or bowl of ramen? I take out my spell book and set it on the table. I'll be just a few minutes, and I'm gonna start casting Ritually Identify.
The move.
I get up and get my 14th pastry. As I try every single one from the store.
I've been eating donuts all day.
Honestly, like just at this moment, I envisioned that like Spike as a Warforged, like like the stomach is actually just like a small furnace, and just like everything. That's why you can just eat as much as you want because it just
It's like Bender.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
I snuggle into the coffee grounds container.
Do
Or no,
you
just fucking snort it. Just
okay? It's maybe getting a bit in the weeds here, but do Warforged have sort of like arcane tasting mechanism? Can Warforged taste?
I'm sure
think
they've built some that can, but I can't.
Okay, you're just going through the motions.
Yeah, I listen. You don't have to taste for war, so they didn't add that functionality.
Taste for war.
But they did
I'm
give
gonna
you
taste
they
for
did
war.
give you emotional depth and the ability to feel sadness.
but no taste buds.
Listen,
Nope, nope, too much.
I didn't make the blueprint, okay? It wasn't me.
Yo, the R&D team was wild.
So now we're Carson. We're getting into the weeds. So food is such a pinnacle part of any culture. Do you think they purposefully didn't give Warforged taste buds so they wouldn't develop a culture around food and therefore couldn't unite as a culture to keep them from like rising up or anything?
That's diabolical.
Awful.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah, gamers
Sure.
rise up, you know.
Freaking House Cannith. Even though they're the ones who invented this whole time travel shit.
wait, are you telling me that this whole time I could have had someone just install a taste bud chip and I would have been fine?
Yeah, it's like an Apple store, but there's a Warforged store
Wait,
like on every
did-
block.
Did you not install the new iOS, Xavier? Is
Damn
that
it.
why you
I
can't
keep
taste?
getting the update, but I just ignore it.
Yeah, this one gives you tasting functionality, but does delete your free will.
Fuck. I mean,
The
I know
newer
you
ones,
A
the
fair
newer ones
trade.
can't heal or anything. You just get a new one.
Yeah, because the battery eventually just dies out. Like, there's no fixing it. Oh, man. While we're here, shout out to Superstar Candy Bar for following. That's a really great name. That is
That
is an
awesome
excellent name.
I was
Superstar
liking
Candy
that.
Bar.
I was
That is
vibing with that in the
awesome. That
chat.
just rolls off the tongue. Beautiful.
So it reminds me of Jimmy Neutron.
Okay.
Superstar Candy Bar.
It's like goes to the stars to buy candy bars. Yeah, that's what I meant.
There you go. Okay, I get it.
That's why I said that.
And thanks for popping in, Hannah Lord. Thanks for popping in, Radiant Lucia. Lucia? I still don't know where I assume Lucia. Yeah, a couple new visitors. Well, not new visitors, but old visitors popping in for a little bit. Thanks for chiming in. Now that we're getting to the end of the campaign, it's getting real juicy. It's gonna keep getting juicier after I tell Carson what this thing is. So, Varian. The way you recall from the schematics that it was more than just a certain number of gears and each one was magical. There are like different gears, there's different arms and joints and bolts that are all connecting these pieces together. And so it takes a little bit to try and like remember, like, okay, this one goes to here, this one goes to here, kind of like mind mapping. I'm remembering the scene in the Lego movie where they go into sort of the Lego database mode and they start analyzing the pieces. I'm imagining that's what you're doing, like schematics and looking at this, what you have in front of you, trying to polish it up as best as you can. And now Carson,
Mhm.
if you will do me the honor of determining the fate of the rest of this campaign by rolling a d6. And that is not a lie. As
Oh,
you
okay.
recalled, there were 6 pieces to this whole thing, and this will determine which piece you have just found.
Okay.
Can I? Oh yeah, this is not an inspiration type thing.
I got
Inspire
my
him to
dice.
get the best choice.
My new dice.
Heyo.
The digital numbering. It feels mechanical. It feels appropriate for this.
It feels like a 1.
I mean, do we even know if a 1's good?
No.
Cool.
It is a 1.
Who's the real divination wizard?
I mean, I rolled it, so you know.
Apparently
Like,
Logan
oh,
is.
This
I
mechanism
can
only
either
stops time.
I guess this we'll make it a group. Hit the Instagram pacer test. I can either send it to Carson and let Carson roleplay Varian dispensing the knowledge, or I can just talk to you guys.
No,
about
do that
what
one.
it is.
Option number 1 sounds cool to me. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so
I'm
Yeah,
Carson,
let Carson deal with the existential dread of whatever you're dumping on us.
Yeah.
So Carson, keep an eye out in your Discord DMs. I'm gonna send you
Yeah.
a 5 each.
Yo, you hopping into his DMs?
Oh,
Somebody, but that's not me. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Okay.
Also, just send you the text if that's I don't think it matters too much.
Okay. Here's a link. I am opening the link.
It's porn.
Well,
Whoa!
Ass
in the
Blaster
meantime,
9000.
in the meantime, does Oleg get spicy ramen or just kind of regular savory ramen?
Oh, I think in this moment Oleg is not happy in his life.
See,
For
can
the
of worms, and then throwing it away.
throwing it away.
Let's not
for
talk
the
about
fact
it
that
ever
he
again.
found out that Dokio could take over and kill everybody in a week, or get his whole memory wiped out. So he's spicy ramming it up at like the max that he can just to feel something.
He's trying to do the challenge of eat this entire bowl of spicy ramen in 5 minutes. Win a
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Yeah,
Wait, is that a thing?
yeah.
Cillian
Somewhere,
does it.
probably.
Cillian does it. Cillian, make a Constitution saving throw.
Damn, bro, that's some spicy ass ramen.
Can it be at advantage because birds do not respond to capsaicin like humans do?
No.
That's true. That's
What a
true.
weird-
It's true.
You put cayenne pepper in the suet
Well,
to keep the
now
squirrels away.
let me further ask, because I'm kind of familiar with the concept. Does that just mean you don't feel the spicy? Like, can it still fuck up with your stomach and do any kind of other weird stuff to you?
So basically, birds, on an evolutionary standpoint, they can eat hot peppers because the plant wants them to carry the seeds,
Carry the seeds, yeah.
around. And humans, because they're omnivores, they have molars, which will grind and destroy the seeds.
Interesting.
So that's why birds can eat spicy
I feel
stuff.
like I knew that somewhere. So yes, make it with advantage. Why not, Mr. Owl?
Isn't it technically the veins that are the spicy part of?
It's like the
No, it's the
ribs of
seeds.
the peppers, like the ribs and what was the ribs?
I know the seeds are definitely spicy.
But I think it's because the seeds are like attached to the ribs and the core of it, and so they end up with, I don't know, 14.
How bad was it before?
How bad was it before?
He asked for advantage. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. So yep, you eat a huge bowl of spicy ramen, and you end up with a nice T-shirt, saying "I choked on some ramen, and all I got was this crappy T-shirt." Yeah, so Varian, you're
Alright.
sitting there mulling over the physics and the magic of space and time, and you hear Cillian next to you.
I just start kind of quickly mumbling to myself, like, holy shit, gods above. This don't know where you found this, Cornelius, but you've stumbled upon something powerful. It, you know, there are a number of spells in canon of wizardry that can, in some, typically very minor ways, affect the flow of time. Chronomancy is a very obscure and difficult branch of magic, particularly because time is so hard to deal with and so dangerous to deal with. Time is, it's strictly linear as we experience it. It is ever in flux. And messing with that can have serious ramifications. But this can alter the flow of time in ways I've only read about in the theories of the arcane. This is incredible.
Okay, but what does it actually do? Because you just said lots of. It controls.
Well,
like,
Oleg, it is a wondrous item and very rare. It requires attunement. So it's this item. It is part of the larger construction of this orrery, and on its own, it still contains wondrous powers. But it is somewhat unpredictable, like the flow of time itself. In a moment of need, you can call upon it to change the flow of time, and it is up to probability to determine whether it slows down time or speeds it up. In other words, we have the chronolometer, a wondrous item, very rare, that requires attunement. While attuned to this device, you have a +1 bonus to intelligence saving throws. The first time you attune to the chronolometer, you choose one language you don't know. You subsequently know that language while attuned to the device. Its abilities: Time Bandit. At the start of your turn, roll a d6. No action required. On a 1 through 3, you slow down time, gaining an additional action on your turn and doubling your speed until the end of the turn. On a 4 through 6, you go forward in time to warn yourself of what is to come. The next time you fail a saving throw, attack roll, or ability check, you can re-roll the check and take either result. Once you use this feature of the chronolometer, it can be used again. It cannot be used again until the next dawn. Ability 2, Fate Swap. As a reaction, when a creature you can see within 30 feet of you takes damage, that creature gains an additional action if it is the creature's turn, or can take an action immediately even though it isn't the creature's turn. Once you use this feature of the chronolometer, it cannot be used again until the next dawn. And as an individual component, its magic might function sporadically or with unpredictable side effects, as determined by the DM.
What's up, Jacob? Done.
No, I'm just putting my hand against the wall. I'm not raising my hand.
Oh, okay.
And something, I'll give this to Oleg since Varian just did all that. Because you two both worked on trying to decipher these schematics and figure out what they were representing. Something that Oleg kind of pieced together was that he could probably use some Dale Keir to make the pieces function together in like sort of less time, less work, or even in extreme circumstances, replace a piece altogether. Something that the both of you recall, though, is that something that was sort of crafted into the pieces was that effectively, more or less, they have an arcane magnetism to them. So, over time, pieces eventually find themselves. However many hundreds or thousands of years that might take, they will eventually end up whole again.
Well, this is cool. I like this. I'm guessing you're gonna keep it, Varian.
I mean, Cornelius brought it, but I must admit, I very much enjoyed the chance to study it more.
Then have it. It's yours. Between you and Oleg, you're the only ones who can really do anything with that anyway, as far as I know. I mean, hell, you're the one who's able to tell us what it does, and both of you are the ones who knew what it even was, even after that. So,
Thank you. Hopefully.
can we collect the infinity cogs now?
Yeah.
It sounds like we're the Avengers now.
That brings up a fabulous question. Ow. I know you're not proficient, which is why this will be a very terrible check to make. Alan, make an Arcana check.
Oh,
Just-
fuck my ass.
Just for the shiggles.
The shitty.
The shiggles.
Okay, I rolled a 19.
Okay,
Minus 1 is
okay.
18.
Okay, wait. Just in case, 18. I'm gonna give you a +4, so that's
wait,
22.
Do you have a -1 to intelligence?
I have a -1, yeah. I
That's
also had a
amazing.
-1 to Constitution.
That's amazing.
You're an
This guy.
inquisitive rogue.
Yeah, you're an inquisitive rogue.
Yeah.
I like that we've never noticed whenever he makes an
Yeah.
investigation check that his modifier isn't as high as it should.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh my god. Awesome. I love it.
Incredible.
Yeah, Cillian, this is wild. This is some crazy stuff.
He doesn't get it with a 22?
No.
Fuck.
I just audibly go, wow.
I look at you for a second, expecting there to be more, and then when I realize nothing's coming, I just go.
And then I sink back into the Folgers container.
Wearing
whence
the
I came.
t-shirt of eating hot ramen.
Did he buy a t-shirt? What was?
I look like some weird homeless tourist.
A homeless tourist.
I don't think there's a lot of overlap between those two categories.
It's possible?
I mean, if you're new to the city, I guess.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you
Seeing
be...
the sights.
But
I
then
don't head
New
back
in
to.
town?
Back to you, Logan.
So, Varian dispenses this time and space travel knowledge. And yes, so for Varian and Oleg as the two sort of experts, quote unquote, of these schematics, now that you have a piece at your disposal, it will definitely make analyzing those schematics easier, but of course, it takes time. And according to Oleg, there's not as much time as you'd like. So, feel free to do or talk about whatever else. Just whenever you are ready, we will jump over to the Scarlet Frond.
So it seems like a pretty cool thing. So when should we steal it from the road galley? Or I mean, the magic's supposed to like bring them all together. Maybe the magic is supplemented with guns.
Guns are magical.
That's true.
As much.
I gotta go. Hold on.
And I kind of like position myself blocking Cillian from the conversation, and I'm just like, as much as I'd really like to keep Larceny out of this, if it comes down to a minor break in my moral code versus the subjugation of all sentient beings of Sharn, I can come to terms with the former. Let's circle back around that after the we go deal with this Boromar fellow. Does that sound good with that?
Sure, whatever.
Cool.
What was that, guys? I had some grounds in my ears.
We were saying it's so nice to have somebody like you around.
Yeah.
It helps, really helps with getting around the law.
We didn't say that part, but the first thing, yes. Did you enjoy your ramen?
Yeah, it was okay.
Just okay. All right.
I got a T-shirt.
I
And a
noticed.
fine T-shirt it is, my friend.
Thank you. It fit really well. I was surprised by that. I'm hoping it doesn't like shrink or anything when I wash it though.
I look at it. I'm like, is that a medium? Have you been working out?
Yeah, I've been doing a little bit.
Yeah.
Medium.
Okay, I see you, friend.
Really filling out that medium, aren't you?
Oh, I see you. You've been lifting.
I'm trying, man. Just work and life. It's
Do you think it's the new diet, or is it just pure muscle, pure gains?
just going to the gym more, Yeah. I like to think I eat pretty healthy. Cillian says after eating like a whole spice ramen bowl, spaghetti, coffee grounds whole. So what's our game plan, guys?
How much blood is in your owl pellets?
They look black.
Okay, let's get going. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna go kill this guy.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
We're going to go threaten his life, and then if push comes to shove, then we'll kill him.
Yep, I like that option.
There we go.
Let's not
Potato.
kill.
Don't worry, we won't kill anybody with you around.
We won't kill him unless it is necessary.
We will kindly ask you to leave.
It's called self-defense, Cillian. That's legal. Premeditated, maybe, but still legal.
We're not gonna kill him.
Just talking.
With our guns.
Yep.
Preferably.
We are gonna fight.
Yeah.
Besides, if anything goes wrong, we have this time travel thingamajigger where you just go back in time. Do it all over again.
I don't actually think that's how that works.
I'm not sure how it works at all.
I mean,
Not how it works, but
Yeah.
An admirable plan nonetheless.
Maybe we go forward in time and we go forward so much that time rewraps around itself that we actually backwards.
that sounds pretty. I mean, like, maybe we should invent that. That sounds pretty interesting.
I mean, like an Ouroboros creature eating its own tail, the logical conclusion of that would be, all time and space folding in on itself into a singularity, which is no good for anyone.
Wasn't there that time that some guy flew around the Earth fast enough that it reversed time? Can we?
No, I didn't
Do
know
some-
about that.
I think
Oleg.
that's just. I think that's just one of those like. What are they? Graphic novels, comic books. That just you know they sell them in shops up the street from where I live.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Santa Claus flies around the Earth. Do you think that he
Are
could
you
do
talking
that?
about those Chinese flip books?
Yeah, those things.
Oh, it's China.
I was wondering the same.
All
thing.
What
Alright,
are you?
So
I
you
don't know.
guys finish up your ramen. You talk about time travel, and you make
Where'd this
China
ramen
is
come from?
canon.
China's canon, graphic novels are canon, manga is canon, The Flash is canon.
We did it. We did it,
Yeah.
boys.
Oh, that wasn't
But,
Flash. That was Superman. Just throwing that out there.
I thought The Flash ran around the
No,
world.
Superman flies
Superman
around the world.
flies around the world. You fake nerd.
Well, didn't The Flash do it too?
That's the Flash runs around the world.
Yeah.
Slight difference.
I thought he just
Okay.
said, didn't someone go
He
around the world?
changed Earth's
Go
orbit.
around the world. can
Yeah.
be two different things. Hey,
Yeah,
I-
Superman and the Flash had a race, but the Flash won. Because Superman sucks.
Actually, is that true?
Yes.
Probably.
Oh.
Anyway.
The Flash wins.
All right, we need to. We're gonna... The Flash is better.
True.
What do we
so
call that guy?
You get. You guys, he's just a level 20 monk with haste on him all the time.
It's a backseat monk. Mobile feet.
Oh, wait, that's it. So, you guys sky coach your way in Oleg's painted black sky coach that was actually one of Gara's Midian peoples.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How
Yeah, we
about
took
that?
a lot when we murdered that person.
We did, yes.
Sure did. You make your way over to Little Plains, and I'm going to do a similar thing that I did with Cillian and Spike the first time. These will be some group checks, because Little Plains is a halfling neighborhood. So basically, the only person that doesn't overtly stand out is Cillian, and eventually, even after just a few minutes, Cillian will probably stand out. So
What if we're trying to stand out?
that's up to you. That's essentially like if you want all eyes of Little Plains and the Boromar clan to be on you for these hours that you will be here.
I'm trying to be stealthy though, right?
I feel like Cillian maybe, but I feel like we have a mission here that it doesn't really like rely on stealth. We're like trying to get his attention.
We're trying to get his attention, not the attention of every Boromar goon in.
Sure.
Well, they
Little
work
Plains.
for him. So
Yeah,
Maybe
but
they'll tell him where he
still.
is.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to give them time to prep.
There was also, this may have just been when Alan said it earlier, there was mention of like scouting out or doing anything like that. That was kind of the other thing I was thinking. If you were going to try and like find a good place to sit, then that was going to be part of it too. But that's up to you guys. If you just want to walk in and go and sit in the Scarlet Fawn for however long, that's up to you. You can definitely do that.
No, I like the idea of not of blending in. That'd be of actually blending in. Sorry.
Yeah, let's do that.
I feel like for a tactical point of view that makes sense, but I think it'd just be like more badass to not.
I mean, if you don't want to, you can. You just walk straight in. But then
I mean,
it's
you're
like
the-
the rest
yeah.
of us.
You're the one who knows him.
Yeah.
I think that just for story's sake, I'm not gonna blend in.
Okay.
I think that'll be fun.
I'll back you up.
I'll stay away from the group to be like the hidden backup.
I'll go in plain sight with Donavan.
Okay, so Cillian, is anyone else going to be, essentially, we have plain sight crew and, we'll say subtle crew. So we've got Cornelius and Donavan on, like, plain view crew.
I mean, let's be honest. Oleg's not much of a. He wants to be subtle, but he's not going to be.
So Spike and Varian, what's your approach?
I'm going in quiet. I'll say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be subtle just because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to take down this thing. I haven't also decided on how I want to approach it either.
Alright, even split. Now, I guess for those three of you going in plain view, how much do you want to try and show, like, I'm just here to chill and sit and hang out? Or are you showing, like, I mean business? I'm here for a purpose.
I'm gonna definitely just be like, I'm here for business. Because I feel like it's gonna be the thing where, like, I'll make eye contact with the Bormar person, like, oh god, it's that guy. Like, they're not gonna be, like, afraid or anything, but they're just gonna be, like, confused, like, why are you showing your face here, kind of thing.
Gotcha. So, for Varian, Spike, and Cillian, I'm gonna need a few checks from you guys.
Yeah.
Of course, your manners of stealth and avoiding attention, things like that, are going to be individual to each of you. So that's kind of what these different group checks will encompass. So the first up is going to be a perception check for Varian, Spike, and Cillian.
Oh, nice.
Not great. Okay. 12.
25.
27.
The next one up is going to be a stealth check, of course. So if I can get the three of you to make a stealth check.
All right.
Okay. 14.
13.
Nice, nice.
25.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
and then finally, we'll go and decide this now. If you guys were in this scenario, would you be traveling as a group, the three of you trying to sneak around, or would you split up 3 ways or 2 ways or whatever it would be?
I think it'd be smarter if we.
I was gonna try and split up.
It's a yes split.
Okay. Then if I could get each of you to just make a charisma check of your choice, so persuasion, deception, or intimidation, or performance, if that's your purview.
Let's do it. Intimidation, baby. I got a +8 on that.
I got +1s across the board. What can go wrong?
Varian, make an intelligence check because that's how you are.
Okay, cool.
I got a 25.
Nice.
Someone like looks at me and they're like, "Aren't you?" And I just like mean mug them.
Straight intelligence?
Yes.
14.
Okay. And Cillian.
Oh, we can choose?
Any charisma skill, or just straight intelligence.
Oh, they're all the same, so 15.
Wait, there's no way. Wait a minute. Are you fucking kidding me? How bad do you have a 9 or an 8 in both in the charisma skills as well? Straight
charisma?
intelligence. Yeah.
My charisma is +4.
Oh, okay. You said they're all the same, and I thought you were saying your intelligence and your charisma.
Oh,
are...
no.
I was
all the charisma things are the same.
Alan, what was your total?
15.
Holy shit, that's exactly what you needed, and because you got exactly what you needed, that means you all succeed. If Alan hadn't have succeeded on that, it would have been blown. The three of you would have been revealed.
Is there, for the rest of us, is there like a way I can do like an intimidation check or something like that to be like, don't fuck with me, I'm here for a purpose?
I mean, just by doing that kind of thing, people will... I know your charisma, so you're okay. Both you and Cornelius, I know your charisma.
Oh, like just like wink. Wink.
And because you are not trying to hide or do anything, then it's fairly easy to walk in, and it's still a business. They still have to tend toward customers and patrons and things like that. So, the three of you arrive in the Scarlet Frond. You're walk through the coat check. You're told about like go to the bar for here, drinks. You order food from here, and they'll bring it to the kitchen. Grab a table, yada yada yada. Don't go to this hallway because that's where those are sort of office spaces and like the owners are, and that's where this is. This is VIP areas. Don't go to that staircase. That's VIP areas to the second floor. All that normal jazz. But you are free to roam the normal floor and pass the time until Elon Bormar arrives.
I'll tell like whoever shows this door that we're here to see Keelan and we have an appointment.
She lets you know that he will be in at around 5 o'clock or so, for the dinner rush and the nighttime crowd. So,
do you have a way to send a message to him?
Oh, I could try.
If you could, tell him that Donavan is waiting for him for an appointment several years in the making.
As I will see if I can let him know. She calls over some other halflings and passes on, and it goes down a grapevine to try and reach him before he arrives. But enough time passes. Is there anything in particular you sneaky folks want to do? You sneaky folks kind of get a lay of the land. As I've kind of said before, the upstairs is all VIP and owner and Boromar rooms, and you can tell just by the drawn curtains, locked up windows, everything like that. And every entrance to the second floor is closed off. But as far as you can tell, talking to people and hearing eavesdropping, business as normal for the most part in Little Plains.
Is there like a dance floor, like people dancing? Like, what type of club is this? Is this like nightclub type club, or is it like a exclusive private like
trivia
smokers type club? What's the feel of this?
The barcade.
Ooh, if it's a barcade now.
It's lots of gambling and people drinking and spending just ridiculous amounts of money.
It's Little Vegas.
It's Little Vegas.
Trivia.
But there is, I can even send you a map and show you. There is a stage at one end of the large open first floor. There's standing tables over there, and every evening they have music. More in the line of sort of like traditional Talenta Plains halfling music. But of course, all of the halflings and Boromar clan here boogie with that kind of stuff. So it can very easily switch from, very upscale smoking and gambling and drinking to just moshing and yelling and dancing out on the floor. So it's very, it's just on a whim.
That's
Can I
where I
make a
want to be. I want to be on
disguise?
the dance floor. I've been playing Hitman 2, and there's just one incredible level where it's just like a huge like rave, and you're just like in the middle of the dance floor, picking out your targets and stuff.
With a
So-
barcode on the back of your head.
Yep.
Can I make a disguise?
Sure. What disguise?
I want to look like the people that do slot machines all day.
So some kind of like older halfling.
So like how you
Yeah.
after you ate the spaghetti and coffee beans.
Some hunched old halfling disguise.
Mhm.
I like it. Okay. Is there anything else people want to do while they wait for Keelan Boromar to arrive?
I just want to just keeping a special eye out, like, because I don't know. I guess we're like the contingency plan, so just like anything stirring up or like, yeah.
There are Boromar people everywhere in this place.
Are there any Thieves Guild people here?
Maybe like one or two just passing through to do a bit of a trade-off or a bit of business, but otherwise this is like Boromar territory, and unless you really have business here, you kind of just float through.
Okay. To the Thieves Guild people, I just kind of want to do like a little secret.
Secret
Hi.
handshake.
Yeah.
in your old person disguise.
Yeah.
They look so confused, but they respect it. Is there anything you want to possibly gather from them? And for anyone who happens to maybe know thieves can't, to maybe pick up on a little bit of subtleties or symbols.
What would a thief know? Just like a normal, casual conversation.
Yeah, business is normal.
Yeah, what's the news? How's the district?
Yeah, everything's hunky dory. For those of you, really for all of you, because you are who you are, and I know your abilities, I know your purviews. Besides the front door of your time lingering and loitering around in the bar, there is only one other exit or entrance into the Scarlet Front, and it's over by the staircase at the far side of the bar that leads up to the second floor. Where, okay, let me rephrase this. The staircase that leads up to the VIP and Bormar and the owner area, all that off-limits stuff. There are guards there all the time. But over where those guards stand, there's also a door that leads into the back alley. So, but as far as anyone can tell, any of you guys can pinpoint, that's the only other way in or out.
It's a fire hazard.
Oh, definitely. But any other things you want to do in your downtime in the club while you wait? Yes, person.
I'd like to try to clock how many people in here have any sort of weapon on them. Like, is this going to be a situation where one wrong move and the bar is going to be bristling with halflings brandishing knives?
It's like everybody in the room pulls out a fucking shotgun.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily everyone, but easily, like, and this is sort of the risky side of it. You know, easily 1 in 5, maybe 1 in 7 people are Boromar clan members who have weapons, who are skilled in the gang's ways, and are ready at a moment's notice. Most other people are just, you know, business owners, friends of the family, Talenta Plains halflings who have profited from the Boromar clan, and who are just affiliated, friends of the family, friends of the clan. While they may not necessarily be dangerous as much as the Boromar clan might be, that doesn't necessarily mean that they won't jump in at the sign of conflict, or that they won't shout threats or throw a plate of food to distract you if something happens. So, you know, there's maybe right now at the very least, maybe 10 or to 15 people that could pose a potential threat, but a lot of other people could possibly get in your way.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna kind of clock everybody and keep like a running perception of like kind of a hierarchy of threats in the area.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just what I'll do.
And it kind of varies. There's some that are standing by doors and hallways, just standing the entire time. Others are walking amid the gambling tables, walking around the bar, walking around just some of the dining tables or booths, just kind of keeping an eye out. So some of them are stationary, but a lot of them are moving. And so it's kind of, especially in a sea of halflings, it's like trying to keep an eye out on all of them. But easily done over the several hours. Okay, any other final tasks?
While, because I'm probably going to stick close to Donavan and just do whatever we're going to do. I'm going to use mind link with him, or yeah, I'm gonna use mind link with him, and just say, I've gotten into people's heads before. We want to try to use everything under our sleeve for option number one of let's not get into a fight. Just say the word. I'm gonna follow your lead on this one.
We're
I
gonna
can-
try not to pick a fight, unless we have to. But I got the feeling that it's probably gonna be a futile endeavor, but we'll try.
We show him the evidence, and if he doesn't want to open lips, I get in his head. If everything goes south, we get out. But that's up to you. I'll let you make that call. I'll keep the link open in case you need to let me know anything suddenly.
I have a question,
Mhm.
Logan. Would I have like hung out here, like back in the day?
Definitely.
Do they still have like the same staff?
Probably not. I mean, maybe. Probably his closest people would be the same, but the folks that you're kind of clocking at some of the doors and roaming the floor.
I'm
Don't
I'm
really recognize
the only
them.
person that I'm concerned with, like the bartender.
They seem to have turned over since you were last here.
Okay,
Because it's been
I'll go order.
2 decades
I'll go order
or
a
something.
drink. Yeah, I'll go order a drink. I'll go order like the nicest glass of whiskey they have.
Since we're at this point in the campaign, we'll say it's negligible. Couple gold, but that's fine.
And I'll take a sip of that, and I'll just like reminisce to a different part of my life.
Mm-hmm. And you
I'm gonna take
look,
a deep breath.
do a little narrative here. You stand, you turn around from the bar, kind of look out. Directly across from the bar, there's the raised platform with all of the, not all, but a row of gambling tables. What seem to be like craps tables on this raised platform. And just beyond them, some blackjack tables. And then you see a small area off way on the other side of all these gambling areas. This little side nook, almost, this raised room back behind everything. There's a table, some chairs, where you have sat many times. This is where a lot of sort of the cursory meetings happen between the Boromar, Cillian, and any kind of, little miscreant informants or whoever, stuff that's not game, like, world-ending importance, but just, little here stuff there. And you look over there and see all those chairs, and it's empty right now, but you can see, like, exactly where you sat all those times, having those conversations.
A long time coming. And I just take a drag off the cigarette, and I just close my eyes and think for a minute to kind of like steel myself for whatever we're about to have to do.
Any final things?
Get a drink with ice.
Yep, you get a drink with ice. And then, at this point, even you sneaky folks, I assume you are all in the first floor, sort of main area of Confront at this point. I know, Spike, you were on the dance floor. Cillian, you were playing slots as an old person. Varian, you were just kind of clocking everyone that might be a threat.
Mhm.
You're all sitting there in your own kind of separate areas, or Cornelius and Donovan's kind of staying nearby. eyeing everything. People start filtering in as it gets closer to dinner time, trying to grab seats before the rushes start and all this stuff. And then eventually, the entire club of the Scarlet Fawn erupts in a cheers like, "Hey!" as you see a short halfling in a fur coat walk through the door. And that's where we'll stop for today's session and pick up next week. Me too. Surfer.
Yeah.
Picky.
Is the is the coat like is it classy or is it a bit much?
Can it be both?
Oh.
Okay, before we stop, I wanna stand up and like make eye contact and just have that like face off moment, and then we stop.
Which one are you?
Doo-doo-doo.
Are you Nicolas Cage or John Travolta?
No,
Jesus.
I was not referencing the movie.
Well, that was it's unfortunate.
Well, thank you guys for playing along. Like I said, we're in the end game, and it's just I'm gonna keep piling it on and see what you guys do at the end. It's giving you all sorts of extra ingredients and seeing what you make.
We're gonna time travel.
I'm just
That's what,
waiting
that's
for.
what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I really
waiting
can't
for
wait for
y'all
this
to-
thing to jump the shark. It's gonna be great.
I just the why don't we just like go back in time and go to baby Thanos and just but Ithronel.
And like that was kind of like I had thought about that, and I was like, they got those schematics so long ago. And I was like, and I don't really want it to turn into that kind of campaign. And the thing is, like, you guys have done such a good job of like really trying to plot the downfall and like really planning it, and I'm like, they don't have to do it. It's just cool to have it in their back pocket of like, maybe.
We
No.
You could.
Yeah,
I'm telling
I'd
you.
love
if you
for
have enough
this.
pieces.
I'd love for this to fall somewhere between Columbo and Doctor Who.
Nice.
That's such a.
That's where I'm hoping the end of this campaign goes.
And I love, and I definitely have hidden it behind a curtain on several occasions, but I'm finding ways for you guys to have bumped into these pieces at some point or another. And that's why, like, Alan, I was like, make this check. He found like, alright.
We're gonna go back in time, and then there's gonna be this guy. He's like, I think I'm gonna call this city Sharn, and then we shoot him in the head. All right.
No, this city is called
Chicago.
All the events
Windy
play out the
City,
exact
baby.
same.
I'm so glad we went on the same mental journey together there, Alan.
See, what's the point of time traveling? It's just all gonna be the same. It's just.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Xavier, did you just drop a D20 into the abyss and it bounced off of like 8 million walls?
Yes.
What did it roll?
Strangely enough, 872.
Oh yeah, your D
Nice.
900.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I guess we'll find out next session.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh man. I'm very pumped to see what you guys do, and something I think I may have mentioned this to Rachel, but there was actually an adventure that came out on the DM's Guild a while back, I think. But I can't remember the name of it, but it's an Eberron. It's a Sharn adventure that's about time travel. And part of me was like, depending on what they do, we're definitely gonna have to go back and play this adventure as like a one shot and like redo it all.
Nice.
Yeah, Andrew introduced time travel in our sci-fi campaign, so I'm
Oh, that's what
It's
I
a little
missed.
wacky.
yes.
A little wacky.
Oh no!
Although, yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, it went very much from kind of just like Firefly, but what if they were worse people, to time travel odyssey. And honestly, I'm here for it.
Damn. Oh well. Hey, maybe if I ever have time to ever play that ever again, that can be a way of like, oh yeah, Adrian's fine because time travel. Fuck it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
How was thinking?
Well, it's been fun.
Yes.
It has been.
I found the adventure. It's called The Last Day of Sharn, and it's actually multiple adventures about time travel in Sharn, and it involves mind flayers. So that's very on. I have to give it a
Timely.
Cool.
I have to give it a look. See. Anyway. Let's see.
All right, take a glove.
This Friday, we've got Shadows over Driftchapel. I think I may have said this on stream, but initially this campaign was going to be about 14 or so sessions long, and I think we're at like session 11. I'm not going to cram 3 sessions into the next little bit because they have gone way off track of what I thought they would, naturally. It's literally a campaign about what's going on in Driftchapel, and one of the first things they did, leave Driftchapel and go do something else.
Naturally, yeah.
So who knows? But that definitely similar to this campaign. That means the next, 3 to 10 sessions are going to be wild. Because also that means they've been away from the crux of the story for like 2 weeks. Can you imagine if you guys left Sharn for 2 weeks?
Oh, we'd come back to a smoking crater.
It'd be fine. It'd be fine.
It'd be like that scene from Community. Come back through the door with pizzas and everything's on fire and people have been shot.
Guys,
I
that's what
wouldn't
the
exist anymore.
that's what the B team is for. Okay.
Yeah.
Bob's
Dr.
Brick
Zero
Fire
will
rolling
Bob's
around.
holding it down, baby. Dr.
fine.
Zero is
He's throwing acid at somebody's face
Yeah.
out there.
He's
Yeah.
pouring
Now you-
mayonnaise down someone's mouth.
Dr.
Mhm.
Zero's a wild card, but hopefully
I'm
Dr.
imagining-
Zero Jr.
I'm
is
imagining
magic fear.
some mind flayer choking on mayonnaise.
Maybe that's their weakness. Like maybe they're like terribly
Yeah.
allergic.
fucking a bunch of
Yeah.
mind flayers round the corner to see Dr. Zero just covering the hive mind in mayonnaise.
Take this,
Or
Elder.
he's
Throwing
got,
it out
like,
there.
What are you doing?
he's got like a fucking fire truck hose, but it shoots mayonnaise instead of water, and he just goes, and they all melt.
That
Still,
just
they
sounds like a
can't-
Friday night, baby.
They can't harm you if you have mayonnaise on, so I'm like lathering myself in it.
Can't touch me.
There's reports of the mayonnaise man running around the city.
The mayonnaise man sounds like some sort of like urban fantasy bandit.
Yes.
I'm imagining that in this end times, all these mind flayers and beholders and other horrors rolling around. Donavan Damon writing articles about the mayonnaise man.
He's a menace. I want pictures of mayonnaise man.
And then the mind
The
flayers
maniacal mayo back at
Who's
it
the guy who
again."
takes the pictures of mayonnaise man? And he sends it by mail.
Yep.
Anyway, Shadows over Driftchapel this Friday. We're in the end game, hopefully. It'll be very crazy to see what they get into. They're essentially going into the place they shouldn't. It's like, hey, all the bad things are coming out of this area, and they're like, let's go in. So that's what they're doing. After stealing a bunch of stuff from an all-powerful witch. Makes sense.
Nice.
And then this week, I'm going to be trying out something new. I am never content, as my friends know, and I'm constantly trying out new things and trying to do new stuff. And so instead of Let's Make for the next little bit, I'm going to be trying some more casual video game streams. I tried story-based video game streaming, but I found myself just getting too into listening and watching the stories that I just didn't talk. I got too focused on the story that I didn't actually stream. That makes sense.
What game are you gonna play?
I'm gonna be trying out some more casual games. So recently we've been playing the
Bloodborne.
Alan, do I need to boot you
Bloodborne?
from this call?
No, I think Alan has a point.
Okay, Austin, my friend Ian that I was talking about earlier, we were supposed to play Call of Cthulhu on Saturday, but we had to cancel because storms knocked out some power and X, Y, Z. But my friend Ian, I did not know this. I know he has strong opinions about some things, but he revealed what absolutely strong opinions he has about Souls games. And I've known Ian for years. I love Ian so much. I have never seen him get that mad and that vehement about arguing about something. He hates Souls games.
Oh, he's a casual.
Well, he's
How
wrong.
unfortunate.
Yeah, you think
He-
you're good.
He made a lot of points that I agreed with. And it was funny because we were talking, like Rachel was in the call and we were all talking and we made mention of like, yeah, our friend Austin, he loves them and like he wants to, like we tried playing and we talked to him about it. And my friend E was like, well, tell Austin he's wrong.
Well, it sounds like Ian has bad video game opinions.
It's that he doesn't want to play a game that doesn't give as much satisfaction as the effort he's putting in.
So he's never actually beaten a boss. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
No,
Oh,
he's
sounds like he was like he died one time and went, "Oh, this game's hard. I quit."
No, he died a bunch of times like I did, and I was like, I still don't know what the game's about, so I'm gonna stop playing.
Well, that's the
That's-
thing. You beat your head against the wall so many times where you almost get to the point of quitting, but then you reach that catharsis, that nirvana-like state where you go through and just fucking destroy a boss, and it makes it all worth it.
See, but my life already makes me beat my head against a wall, so I'm just not gonna do that.
Well, it's like the blues. It's just like it's cathartic to live through it through another medium.
I fundamentally disagree with but we'll cover that on another time. Maybe we'll do an entire stream of just talking about that one day.
We can do that.
You go
Yeah,
play your
dude.
easy mode games.
Yeah, Logan, just do another game like Sekiro.
Yep, definitely
It's harder than the
100%
rest of them.
different game. But to answer Jacob's question, I'm gonna be doing some more casual games. Like I've been playing a lot of The Sims 4 recently, and I've been doing a super playthrough of doing nothing but farming and playing essentially trying to do a real life sim and play a game where I don't have to work for a living and I can just grow plants. Me.
I was just gonna say jokes on you, bud, because that is work. But
I mean, it's work, but I don't have to work in a corporate setting.
it's
Let's
true. You should play Stardew Valley, my man. Stardew Valley is
yes,
really good.
That's on my list.
Let's
Stardew
Minecraft
Valley.
together.
I have Terraria on my list.
Oh, dude, if you play
have a
Terraria,
couple.
hit me up.
I have a
will
couple
play
games like that on
Terraria.
my list, so that's what I'm going to be streaming this week, just because I want it to be more casual, and that way I can actually pay attention and talk and not focus on story as much.
Terraria is so fun with if you get a good a decent sized group of people to
True.
play. It's so fun.
True. Xavier and I can play Raft again, and absolutely be terrible.
Kill the shark. Wear the shark's head. Praise the shark.
Throw the scarecrow overboard. You
Also,
guys-
if you do like those survival games, you should definitely check out the Forest.
I love
That's a really good
Jacob
one.
can vouch. I love the forest.
The Forest is so good.
I have to play through. it.
Logan,
Yes, Alan.
since you're taking a break from games with really good stories, what about games with really bad stories?
Well, I play games with good stories on my own time. What do you mean by bad stories, though?
Like just a game that is so bad you just can't help but enjoy the absurdity that
What
went
game
into
were
the
you
fact
talking
that so-
about?
I don't even know.
Are you talking like Devil's Third, Ride to Hell Retribution?
Maybe like one of the worst Resident Evil games or something, or
So 5, got it.
I was gonna say 6,
Honestly,
but yeah.
I
Yeah,
never
I
played 6. I stopped after 5.
I was gonna say 6 is woof.
Yeah, I think that was a smart move, Austin.
6
I
is
think the only
absolute
reason
dog
5.
trash.
I think the only reason 5 was fun is because I beat the game, got the infinite ammo thing and the minigun, and said "cool" and just walked around. I was like, "This is the most fun part of this game."
Cool. I love that.
Yeah, or like an Assassin's Creed game.
Wait.
Just
Alright,
any
well,
game.
it's been fun.
Yes, it is getting late. But yes, I'll be streaming. And then, of course, after Shadows of Driftchapel this Friday and whatever I do this weekend, we will be back here, the same Sharn time, same Sharn place.
Sleepy.
Wow, that was the.
Shine.
There was no response to that, you
Shine.
guys. Wow, you're real beat, huh?
Sharn, it's a Monday.
I'm sorry. I'm
Chicago.
still-
Travis,
I'm
it is
still-
Travis. It's always a Monday. What's the?
The problem that's a problem. Every day's a Monday.
We'll be back here next Monday at the same Monday time, same Monday place.
Monday.
Monday.
Sound Chicago.
Monday.